Welcome to free awareness classes on Indian Constitution conducted by Tannanallur Educational and Cultural Society through Irinjalakuda Vivekananda Civil Service Academy's YouTube channel every day at 7 p.m. This is me, Mahesh MR. As usual, all of you please subscribe our YouTube channel, and if you are interested in this class, please like and share it. Today we are going to discuss about Article 31B of Indian Constitution. Yesterday we could see Article 31A. Both Article 31A and Article 31B inserted into Indian Constitution in Article 31 as a part of two separate clauses through First Amendment Act in 1951. In Article 31A, we could see the government got 5 rights to acquire land from the landlords and others. Even at that time, the government was very sure that these landlords will approach the Supreme Court. That's why, as a precautionary measure, they decided to create one new schedule in the form of Schedule 9. Then, what is the meaning of the term schedule? Schedule means extra information about an article. For an example, earlier we had discussed Article 1. There I mentioned the territory of India consisting of states and union territories. But if you are trying to understand the names of states and union territories, there you can see. If you want to know the names of Indian states and union territories, definitely you have to go through Schedule 1 of Indian Constitution. In the original Constitution, we had 8 schedules, but now that increased into 12. So, in the creation of 9th schedule, initially the government said we are going to insert in this 9th schedule the acts or regulations related to land reforms and the abolition of a semindari system. But definitely the government had a clear agenda, because they wanted to remove the judicial review of the Supreme Court. Then what is the term judicial review? It is the power of the Supreme Court to check the constitutionality of the laws made by the Parliament or the executive orders of the government. If any laws of the Parliament or any orders of the government are unconstitutional, definitely the Supreme Court will nullify them. See, in our Constitution we have 3 power centers. First one, the legislature or Parliament, they are making the laws. Second one, the executive or the government, they are implementing the laws made by the Parliament. And the third one, we have in the form of judiciary, they are supervising the laws made by the Parliament and the orders made by the government. So that all the time, every time, the government will try to escape from the purview of judicial review. So that initially in the 9th schedule contained only 13 laws related to land reforms and the abolition of semindari system, but over a period of time that increased into 284. See, in the year 1973, April 24, the Supreme Court given a famous judgment in Keshavananda Bharati versus the state of Kerala. In that famous judgment, the Supreme Court undoubtedly said that the Parliament can amend any provisions of the Constitution, including the preamble, but not the basic structure. In another case, in the year 2007, Supreme Court provided another judgment in I.S. Koilo versus the state of Tamil Nadu case. There, Supreme Court said, judicial review is a part of a basic structure. That's why Parliament has no power to remove the Supreme Court from judicial review of 9th schedule. So that Supreme Court decided to review all the laws or acts or regulations inserted in the 9th schedule for a judicial review. For this purpose, Supreme Court decided to take the date of the Keshavananda Bharati case, that was delivered on 24th April 1973, which means what are the acts and laws inserted to 9th schedule after 24th April 1973 all will come under the purview of judicial review of the Supreme Court. Why the Supreme Court not considered the acts and laws right from the commencement of 9th schedule? Because if the Supreme Court is doing so, that will create a conflict between Parliament and judiciary. For example, many controversial acts included in the 9th schedule till at that time. For example, reservation system. See, in Article 16 of Indian Constitution says equality of opportunity in government jobs, and also there had an exception that if the government would like, it can provide some reservation to the weaker sections. That should be for a limited period. But you see the reservation now, that is around 59.5%, that is still continuing. So if the Supreme Court started to review such laws in the 9th schedule, that will create many problems, many issues. So that deliberately, I think the Supreme Court removed such laws till at the declaration of the judgment of Keshavananda Bharati case. See, if we are concluding this session, we can see that even today there is a conflict between Parliament and Supreme Court about their supremacy. Parliament is saying they are supreme because they are representing the people, but the Supreme Court is saying they are the custodian of the Constitution, so they have an upper hand. Anyway, only future things will decide all these things. Let us conclude this session. So thank you very much.